Let's do some trading. Let's talk about the market action this morning with Alan Nuckman, Chief Market Strategist at BullseyeOption.com, who's been looking for a drop in vol and a pickup here in stocks. Alan, as you've been trying to find companies that were bound for reversals, more of a kind of buying the dip strategy. You've been bringing us for most of your trades instead of trying to chase the stuff that was working. What do you think of this action here the last week that kind of started with AMC, GameStop picking up that speculative fervor, now extending to Bitcoin, now extending to the NASDAQ and Tesla? What happened to all those rate hikes, Alan?
The markets, there's always opportunity, and people like some stocks that are on the move. Volatility is opportunity, and so they want some stocks that move. But from a risk-reward standpoint, you could see where AMC and GME, had fallen so far. At some point, you thought the bros were going to jump back on board, and that's what we're seeing. I'm a price action guy, and I'm loving what we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. My theme that we talked about has been bullish divergence. Now, that happened in the S&P, where it made new lows but not new highs in implied volatility, and that was a sign that the short sellers had run out of strength. We've seen the market surge since that point. Now, I'm going to go way out on a limb here. I'm thinking that we can make new highs by 4th of July. If you look at it, we dropped, took us 2 months to fall. In 4 months, we could get back all those losses and erase some of this negativity once the sentiment shifts.
Okay, what are you looking for that, Alan, the sentiment shift? I mean, it seems like we're getting something here.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of positives here. And yeah, if you notice, you've been straight up since this rate hike. So it's rate relief because it finally happened.
Yes.
We know that game. We know what's going to happen by the end of the year. We're going to be at about 2% as far as short-term rates go. Still historically ridiculously low. You talked about the VIX in the last segment with Alex. If we can break below that 20 psychologically, you're going to get people coming back into this market fearing that they missed out. We're not that far off the all-time forever high in the S&P, but mentally people aren't there yet. So I think there's going to be a swing. And another sign is this. Think about it. If we can continue to raise rates at that kind of rate, that means the economy and the market is strong to be able to do that.
Okay. I do think that is an important message from Powell that seems to be resonating with the market here to some degree. Though banks down, yield curve flat,
right.
Just that's the part that still seems like a hang-up. With that said, Alan, you're not trading anything particularly macro-oriented this morning. You're looking at Gilead, which despite healthcare as a sector doing quite well, this is another example where you're trying to play a decliner in a group that's done pretty well, looking for a comeback.
Right. Again, it's another bad enough to buy stock. We've done this with Uber. We did this with BMY back in February.
I remember.
That doubled in value. So that's the way I like to look at it.
BMY has been exploding.
Thank you. See, you got to be my hype man sometimes. I can't do it all.
Well, no hype. I just, hey, I'll catch you when it goes the other way, too.
So what I'm looking at is IBB, which is the biotechnology sector. That's dropped from 175 down to 125. That sector now has bullish divergence where it's made these lows. Same thing in GILD. GILD is 20% off its December top. It's down about 10% for the year, but it's been trading now sideways between 57.5 and 62.5. So a $5 range. A breakout of this range, it's been about 2 months sideways. Breakout of this range targets 67.5, and guess what? There's a gap right there. So often gaps get filled. So what I'm looking at, again, risk reward, an August option, gives me 5 months of time. August 55 call, deep in the money. We haven't been to 55 since 2013. So that option's trading for about 6. All right. And if it breaks out and we get to that 67.5, that option will double in value. So for me, it's just about probability. It's about math. It's about time. And I think this stock is set up to have another big bounce.
All right. The call buying by Alan Nuckman on Gilead. Break even 61.50. The 55 call trading right now at 59, almost on the dot. Okay, thanks, Alan. Good stuff, sir.
Thank you.
Looking for a healthcare play to catch up with the rest of the pack. BMY on the move, though. Okay.